Ready. Trap 60, trap 60. Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete.
Well, we keep stats on everything, don't we? This is one that you don't want to have. That's his second drop right here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say only in the first quarter. Certainly a shift that he wants to right quickly. On play action, they'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
And partner, I think this is what long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
On second down, Cook. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Bullock's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wound up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
But getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Come on.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action with Willis. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Let's go now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He hits his target, Lockett. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Warriors, 17.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback fell.
Touchdown! DK Metcalf. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 17-3.
17. Vikings 3. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn. He's got a man complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Willis. He's going to go up top again. And it'll be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Someone moved, flag is out, that's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 7 yards there and a 1st down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
They'll look to throw. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. But he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Again, he'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Cut 19. Cut 19.
They go play action with Willis. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Got it. Ready?
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field.
Drop 50. Drop 50. Mustang 19.
Here's Willis, 3rd and long. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times. That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. The trick play works. He's got the first. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Seahawks continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled in the booth ready for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
19 Lions.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
18, Pioneer. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll set up to throw. And this one is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end, Fant. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is nearly impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
On the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd down. Here's Willis.
Setting up the screen for Cook.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Willis. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 19-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Willis.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up a defensive touchdown.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15.
108 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. Back to Walker on 1st down.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. It's such a costly interception, nearly a pick-6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive, because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception,
touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Running left is Walker.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Panther 11, Panther 11. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They're going to look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Yeah, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
He's got a man complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Three. Hey, Chad. Bronco switch. Bronco check. Panther.
Trying the left side with Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Seahawks up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Vikings 10. Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line. And he is going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. What a mess that was.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook, and they got him behind the goal line. Cook goes down for a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
A nice little juke. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
105 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, it's Willis. Finding Hockenson here on the out route.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Mustang 19, 79 Broncos.
It's a play fake. Here's Willis. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
So great throw right there. And what a regular season this rookie had. Piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title. And they get the home date here in round 1 of the playoffs. But, Charles, how do you think they'll play it here? Will they run the same kind of wide-open offense they've run all season, or do you think that they'll try and take some pressure off of the young fella?
Oh, I think they're going high, wide, and handsome in this one. I think it's all out, just as they've been doing all year long, because I think if you try and pull it back now a little bit, you're telling that young man you don't have quite as much confidence in him as you profess. So go ahead and continue to run your offense. Do the things that got you here. As so many defensive coaches have told you and me, all gas, no brakes. Let it rip.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
They'll get this right back to Reagor.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Willis with a quick throw out wide.
Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point. On the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this 4th quarter.
Room here to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more that they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers you would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Willis now off play action.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Here's Willis now off the play fake.
And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Willis, fourth down, has to have it.
And now here is another. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with a football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Seahawks come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. The Seahawks, they are moving on as we say.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left to edit league settings or change your role to a player or owner. choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left to edit league settings or change your role to a player or owner.